So I figured out something awesome. I figured out how to double your party sales. Double your sales. Just so you know, for the last over 4 years, I've been selling Paparazzi. And at parties, I've been keeping track of how much jewelry I sell per person that pays. Not people who are there, but per person who pays. And I sell an average of 3.5 pieces per person. So I did an experiment last Saturday and I sold 7 pieces per person. And I want to teach you how to do the same thing. It's a little trick I have. We are calling it speed shopping. And it involves these two things. So let me tell you what we do. When your party girls get there, first of all, you want to have them show up at the same time. You can have open shopping later, but I would have a live party just like you would on a Facebook party. So have your live party, at 6 o'clock, and then at 7 o'clock will be the open shopping. When your party girls get there, give everybody a bag and give everybody a twirl a tie to use. And if I were you, I would decorate these cute, put a ribbon on it or polka dots with nail polish or something. And give everybody a bag and one of these and tell them it's their shopping cart, because they're going to need a place to put their jewelry that they think they want to buy. So you're going to need these, and they think these are pretty cool, and it's neat because you're going to get them using them, because later on there's a little thing to try to get them to buy more. So give each one of these to your shoppers when they show up. And then have everybody pair up into pairs, 2 to 3 people. Make sure they know that it can be 3 people so you don't leave anybody left out. You want everybody to feel important. And have them sit around the room. We had so many people. I think we had 25 people at the party on Saturday. And so they were like on the floor and on the couch and standing at the kitchen counter. They were all over the place. Once they're in position, then you explain the speed shopping. Here's how speed shopping works. Each group is going to get a box and an oatmeal container with the twirl-a-tie inside, okay? Each box and twirl-a-tie goes together, and each is filled with the color. Now, when I separated up all my colors, there were 16 sets, okay? But it worked. I think I had like 12 couples, and so there were extra colors. We just had them on the table like an overflow, and we incorporated them into the game. So just make sure you do that. If you think 16 is too many, then you can double up on colors. You could put all your metals together that aren't silver. Maybe you could put your urban with your multicolored. Maybe you can mix together your green and yellow and then your brown and orange, stuff like that. So here's how I did mine. Now everybody doesn't have all the exact same supplies, but you can manage and figure it out. I got a bunch of my 16 Fashion Fix boxes, and this is what I have inside. And you might want to pan down here so you can see. So I have a Ziploc baggie, a gallon baggie full of bracelets, okay? Some of them are not packaged. Some of them are packaged. I just did whatever I had because the goal is to save time. I didn't sit and unwrap them all. I didn't sit and wrap them all. So I put them all in a gallon baggie. Also in here, can you see? Okay, is earrings. I love to keep all my earrings in a pencil bag because a pencil bag is kind of flat and it will keep the backs from getting pulled off the earrings, and it will keep the cards from bending because they're kind of, they're only one layer of cards, so they can bend really easy. And since it zips shut, nothing's going to fall out. And then again, some are not wrapped, some are wrapped, just whatever. And then in here I have a ring of rings. And this is just one of those binder clips that I've told you guys before, a binder ring. And I have all my gold rings on it, okay? So you could also put a Ziploc of hair stuff in here. I didn't take my hair stuff to this party because I was already overwhelmed and had enough stuff, but a baggie of hair stuff in here would be cool. And not every color has hair stuff. There's not gold hair stuff, but you're going to have hair stuff for like white and black and pink and so on. So that's what the box looks like. Now the reason I did a box is so that when they're sifting through the jewelry, they can go like this. They can be like, oh, bracelets, you know, and then they can go through it really fast. It's fast. We want fast. We want to save time. Even in our speed shopping, we want to save time. Okay, so that's our box. And then the twirl tie container, I never decorate these. They all said oatmeal on them. You can do it however you want. Some people like to decorate these with duct tape or scrapbook paper. But all this is an oatmeal container. And you know what? Some people have bought the wrong ones. These are 42-ounce oatmeal containers. And then you've got a twirl tie inside. This is what they look like. It's the same contraption. And when they open it, it hangs all these necklaces on it. So what happens is when these ladies are shopping, during their speed shopping, it is fast. They can hold it up and they can be like, awesome, awesome, hate it, love it, hate it. And then they grab what they want and they put it on their own twirl tie. So here's what we do. So first of all, I kind of show them what's in the box, show them that they can dump it into the box for sifting and searching. And what we do is we get a timer, an egg timer that rings, because you want something that's loud. There are apps you can get that have a egg timer ringtone on it. And you start it, and you let these ladies start shopping. I found for my group and my amount of inventory that 2.5 minutes was perfect. That is from beginning to end. So what I would do is I would say, okay, ladies, don't open your box until I say go. So I'd set it. Okay, ready, set, go. And they start sifting through the box. They grab their stuff. They grab things they like. They hang them on their twirl tie. And then I say, okay, time's up. And then they have to pass it to the next set of people. So there's like a couple here. We just go like this. And I take the next box. And I say, ready, set, go. And what I really did was they had 2.5 minutes to get it and sort. And then they had to pass it. So I didn't even say go after a while. We just did the 2.5 minutes between speed shopping. So they had 2.5 minutes to shop, each color. And then at the end, they all ended up with a twirl tie of jewelry and a bag full of jewelry of things that they might like. I told them if they're like 80% sure they want it, to take it. Because we know, we can't get a hold of these things because it's cash and carry, and many of these things there's only one of them, so they should grab it while they can. And at the end of the speed shopping, they've got this stash of jewelry, and then I tell them, thank you for playing the game, I hope you had fun. And then I set them all up on the table just like this. So if you want to come over here, all you do, for me anyway, I went like this and put them all on the edge of the table. And I hung up all my twirl ties onto a wardrobe rack so they could seem really easy. And then I told them they can come trade out anything they need to. So here's the trick. There's two important tricks behind this. Well, there's a few. One is the scarcity mentality. People don't want to let the beautiful stuff go. And so they're going to grab the things they love because they want it before somebody else is going to get it. And it does end up being fair because everybody starts with a random color and nobody knows your taste, and so it is pretty fair. And another reason it works is when you touch stuff, it's like a psychological thing. When you touch stuff, you become attached to it. And so by them handling the jewelry and putting it on their cart, they're going to fall in love with it and they're going to want to buy it. Another thing that's really cool is you're going to be able to find matching sets. Before, you'd be like, oh, I have one under my table that matches that. I had all my inventory, and you guys know I have a lot of inventory, and I was able to show a ton of it. I bet I showed 4 times as much inventory as I would have done with pegboards. So I could get this and this ring, and they would automatically be able to match their stuff because it's all in front of them at the same time. And then another thing I did that was really, oh, time's up, change partners, change your colors, da-da-da. So anyway, the other thing I did was I got a marker and I wrote the sale. Here's the sale that I gave. Can you pause it for just a second? Okay, had to grab a marker. So I got a sign. Now, if I pre-made this, it would have been better, but it worked just fine. This is the sale I did. This made a world of difference. I gave them thresholds to get a bargain. So what I told them is if they spend $25, they don't have to pay tax. Okay? And if you don't have tax where you live already, maybe you could give them a free piece of kids' jewelry. Then I told them if they spend $50, they don't have to pay tax and they get a free twirl-a-tie. They get to keep this for free. That's kind of why you should decorate the shopping cart ones, because you don't want them to think they get to keep it, because why would you give it to them for free? They need to earn it by buying more jewelry, because they're going to need it when they buy a bunch of stuff. So they get a free twirly. If they spend $75, they get no tax, they get the twirl-a-tie, and they get a free piece of jewelry. Now $75 is 15 pieces of jewelry. This is fine with the company because they promote the buy 12 get one free in other situations. So buy 15 get one free is valid. It's totally fine. And then I did 100. They get a kids set of jewelry, which is the 3 for $5. So they get a free set of kids jewelry. I didn't have anybody buy. I did have one girl buy 100, which was awesome. But I had a lot of people buy the $75. Let me tell you how many. Can you pause it again? Okay, so I keep track of my sales on the back of these papers. You know, when they fill out the paper, I write down what they bought. So let me just tell you the stats of this. This is so cool. I sold 159 items, and I told the hostess, if you buy one more thing, you get another thing free. She's like, oh, okay, I'll get another one. So that was easy. So I always sell an even number of things because I encourage them to buy enough to get another free item. So we sold 160 things, which is awesome. That's almost a $700 party. And that was a record breaker for me, by the way. My highest party before that was 118 items. So that's a huge jump from 118 to 160. We had 22 paying customers. At my other highest party, 118, there were 25 paying customers. So you can tell that the average just shot right up. The girl got 17 free items. She got one free for hosting, and she got 16 items for free. And it was so sweet because she shared them with all her friends and sisters. She had 10 people sharing the hostess rewards. It was awesome. Anyway, so let me tell you how many sets of 75 I sold. That was the amazing part. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the $100 girl, 5 sets of 75, and then I think there were 3 sets of $50 in there. It was amazing, you guys, because I don't know if this family was just awesome, but my average is so consistent for the last 4 years. So consistent. So I know for sure that doing the speed shopping and doing the sale doubled my sales. It really did. And I think you guys should do it this way too. If you need to buy any of these, you can get them online, but I bought a lot of them, thousands of them from China, so that you guys wouldn't have to pay for shipping, or wait for shipping, sorry. So if you want to buy them from me, you can go to hotsytotsy.com under tools, and it's called Twirl-a-Ties. And then, oh, there's one other thing I did. I had these boxes and things set up on the table like this, and I covered them all with a tablecloth. I didn't tell them what we were doing. I made them all sit down and wait until I taught them the game, and then it was open shopping afterward. But that way it was fair for everybody, so we didn't have any people looking ahead of time. So yeah, so these are on my website. I just think you should do this. If you can't get the Fashion Fix boxes, you can get photo boxes from Michael's for $2. Keep track of your people so you can get their email addresses. Always track your sales. Always write down how much money you make for your tax purposes. And number 1, have fun. Have fun doing it. So if any of you guys want to do a party with me, let me know. I can do online parties or in-home parties. And if any of you guys want to sell this, that's like my thing, and I'll teach you how to do it. Talk to you later.